show is sponsored by Prize Picks. Love me some Prize Picks, the newest sponsor here at Chat Sports. PrizePicks.com/CLNS, code CLNS. They will match your deposit match up to $100. And if you want to spice up your NFL Sunday, get started with Prize Picks right now. Prize Picks is a skill-based, real money, daily fantasy sports game. And if you're looking to have more fun on game day, look no further than Prize Picks. Want to play alongside some of Prize Picks' favorite players like rapper Meek Mill and comedian Andrew Schultz? You can now find community plays under the promos tab of the app to view entries from some of the biggest names in the Prize Picks community each week. Prize Picks even offers a reboot policy so that your entries stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. For football and basketball games, if you have a player who exits the game in the first half and does not return in the second, that player is rebooted. Prize Picks is the only daily fantasy sports platform with an injury insurance policy. My 3 picks for this Sunday is I have Tua getting more than 286.5, Mahomes more than 295.5, and Geno Smith less than 243.5. So get started with Prize Picks right now. It's prizepicks.com/CLNS, code CLNS, for deposit match up to $100. Why is it code CLNS? Because that's our ad agency partner. Use code CLNS. It's real easy. 4 letters, get $100 match when you sign up. So download the app today, and the link will be in the description and comment section of this stream. It's prizepicks.com/CLNS, code CLNS. Happy bye week, folks, and we needed it. Definitely needed to heal up this football team. The Detroit Lions need the relaxation to rest that body. Everybody banged up on the offensive line. Hell, everybody banged up. We got David Montgomery out there. Injuries galore, so it feels really good to be on the bye week this weekend. I know a lot of you like, come on, man, we want to watch some football. You can watch some football. You just don't have to watch the Lions. Relax on that Sunday. Chill out. We got games at 9 in the morning, 1 Sunday night football, Monday night football. Tonight's got Thursday night football. So a lot of good football taking place and a lot of no stress for our football team as we're on that bye week relaxing. But there is a lot of games that we do got to watch for. But before we get into that, shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Grandizer, Rusty in the building, 9 Drinks, Giovanni Lyons, Antonio Jenkins, Christopher Seabell, Lisa, Alan Dana, Fatima, Elijah, Steve M, Gavin, Sauce, Jennifer, Phil in the building, John, Steve, Dragon Fan, Sauce Drippa, Lisa again, CD, Phil, and Jacobs. Yo, so welcome to the One Pride Podcast. We talk all things Detroit Lions. Look, we're going to get into the mailbag segment at, of course, 1:30, so in 30 minutes. But before we do that, we're definitely going to talk about our football team. Let's talk about the rooting guide for this weekend. Folks, we definitely have things to watch for this weekend. We do. And one of the games, well, we're just going to go through all the games. Atlanta Falcons, we want them to beat the Minnesota Vikings. We need the Vikings to continue to fall in the NFC North. They lost Kirk Cousins for the year, but want to make sure that they continue to lose. We always root for the NFC North to lose. Baltimore over Seattle Seahawks. We need the Ravens to beat the Seattle Seahawks because they do have a good record. They're leading their division, and they have the tie. So we need them to lose so they can continue to be the number 3 seed and not the number 2 seed. LA Rams over the Green Bay Packers. We could never root for Green Bay, right? Hashtag FGB. So we were rooting the Rams over the Packers. We got Houston. We would like to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, even though it really doesn't matter. Let's be honest here. Tampa Bay is in a bad streak, but you always root for AFC versus NFC. New Orleans over Chicago. I guess you could flip it, right? We know Chicago's out of it. If you're a team, or if you're a player who wants, if you're a fan who wants the Chicago Bears to not have a top pick, you need them to win a couple games, so I guess you can flip it. But for a playoff type of deal, you want New Orleans to beat Chicago. Dallas over Philadelphia. This is a big-time game because the Dallas Cowboys, the Philadelphia Eagles are all in the playoff hunt. Philadelphia is the number 1 seed. You actually got to root for the boys on this game because we need to be the number 1 seed. So if Dallas beats Philadelphia, we can jump up to that number 1 seed. That would be really, really outstanding. We got a super chat. Do you think the Lions game should be flexed? What Lions game over there? For that super $1.99, you get a combo breaker. Phil with the 99-cent combo breaker. Love it, love it. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. I know you kill it on game day, but it ain't no game day. It's a Thursday. Well, there's a game day, Thursday Night Football. Not, though, for the Detroit Lions. I see hashtag FGB in the comment section. Everybody do that right now. Hashtag FGB. We just got to continue. I don't care what their record is. They have been beating the NFC North for years. I want to see them fail. So hashtag FGB. Lions game should be in flex. What game? Well, I don't really know what game. Are you talking about the Chargers game? I prefer it not to be in flexed. No. I think it's, what is it, a 4 o'clock game because it's in LA? So it's already somewhat. I don't want a Sunday Night Football game. A Dallas Cowboys and Lions game that probably will be flexed. I don't even know. Or no, isn't it like a Saturday game? I think it's a Saturday game. So it's already kind of in a somewhat of a weird of a prime time. The Lions hosting the Minnesota Vikings final game of the year. They may not even mean anything, in all honesty. So probably not. Probably not. And as a content creator, I got to keep it 100 with you. And a lot of content creators will tell you the truth. We prefer 1 p.m. games because it makes our schedule for the day much better. It does. And then you can relax, watch the 4 and then the Sunday Night Football game for content creators to get our work done. But I don't know if there's really a lot of games left on the schedule that deserves it, besides the Dallas and Lions game, in which that one is already on a Saturday. It's a weird time. So it's kind of in a primetime game, but not a Monday or Sunday primetime game. So that is your rooting, guys, for this weekend. So we got a lot to watch for this weekend. I hate Dallas, but we got to root for them to beat Philadelphia Eagles. We do. I got a video coming out tomorrow. It's going to break down everything regarding the playoff picture and all the teams, not just the Detroit Lions. I've been working at it all day. It's taking a little bit to make, but it's going to be a good one for you guys tomorrow because we got to really watch for that, for sure. Anything else going on? Obviously, we traded for Donovan Peoples-Jones. First off, grade the trade in the comment section, A, B, C, D, or F. Grade the Donovan Peoples-Jones trade. I'm going to give it an A because you're giving up a 6th-round pick in 2025. Who cares? Big deal. That's a nothing one to me. In all honesty, it's a booty cheeks type of compensation. So I'm not worried about that at the least bit. I think Donovan Peoples-Jones can play multiple parts of this offense, and he's a bigger physical receiver. That's something we don't have that bigger physical guy. He's 6'2". We love the physicality of St. Brown, but he's not the tallest guy in the world. So I like what he brings there. 9 Drink says A. We got B+. C. Bell says B+. A from Lisa. I can look, those are good grades. A- Steve M. Yeah, I'm with you. But he can play all parts of this offense. Bring a physical part. He's an upgrade over Marvin Jones Jr. Clearly an upgrade over Marvin Jones Jr. He can do deep routes. That's something that it will open the defense up. He's got speed. Now, a lot of people thinking, oh, this is because of Jameson Williams. No, I think it's more of the depth and Marvin Jones Jr. Because what if St. Brown goes down, man, and you're talking just on Reynolds and Khalif Raymond and Jameson Williams, in which it's not bad, but you would like to have something a little bit better. Will he take snaps away from J-Mo? Yeah, I think he will. But I don't think it's a detriment, or it's because Jameson Williams is not doing great. I think it's more because they like the depth. It was nothing to get him, and he fills the Marvin Jones Jr. I mean, after Marvin Jones Jr. was let go, I told you that the Lions need to pick up a wide receiver right after that. And I wasn't saying we need to get like a Devontae Adams or anything, but more of a depth piece, and that's what they did here. And interestingly enough, 3 days ago, I was talking with Raw Detroit. If he's in here, he will. We were talking about, man, I'd love to get Donovan Peoples-Jones on the team. He really loved Donovan Peoples-Jones out of Michigan, and he wanted the Lions to draft him. So we get him a couple years after that. 24 years old on the last year of his deal. And if, say, he does well for this half stretch, the Lions can re-sign him, and it's not going to be a lot. We always talked about how the Lions wide receivers were the lackluster part of this good offense. Not anymore. We're coming back with a stout offensive line that's going to be healthy, and we can see that some of the backups are pretty good, so the offensive line is stout. Our running game is ridiculous. We may got the best 3 running backs in all of football combined, Lightning, Thunder, and Bowling Ball, with David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Reynolds, who we absolutely love. Their tight ends is great with Sam Laporta and Brock Wright. It was the wide receivers. But now we got great depth at wide receiver. Donovan Peoples-Jones will be on number 4/5. That's good. That means you got a really solid group of wide receivers. You got all different kinds of wide receivers that could do the deep, that can play slot, that could do the X, that could do the... it's all over the place. You got receivers that can take the jet sweeps with the speed. We got a lot of speed on this football team, so this wide receiver group is stout. This offense is complete. It is complete. So, of course, we wanted edge, but I'm just talking about this specific trade itself, not the whole trade deadline. I give it an A. I give it an A because it's costing you nothing to get a player who, to me, is probably a number 2 from Cleveland going to the Lions, be number 4 and a 5. Yeah, that's pretty good. It reminds you kind of the Josh Reynolds pickup a couple years ago, where we got him on the waiver wire. Josh Reynolds was a great pickup for the Lions. It wasn't a big name. It wasn't splashy, but he did a great job. Khalif Raymond, not a big name, not splashy, but he's done fit perfectly well with the Lions. That's kind of what it reminds you of, and so I think it was a fantastic move. Would I like to see more? Yes. Edge. NFL trade deadline. Was I saddened that or disappointed that we didn't get an edge? Yes, I'm going to keep it 100 with you, and I'm lying. Am I upset? Am I going to go crazy? No, that's a little bit ridiculous. Lions are 6-2, second best record in the NFL, and Brad Holmes has shown that in Brad Holmes we trust, right? In Brad Holmes we trust. The media destroyed Brad Holmes for taking Jahmyr Gibbs and Jack Campbell. They destroyed him. I remember the draft. I was laughing at these people because I'm like, Jahmyr Gibbs is really good. Jack Campbell was awesome. I love Jack Campbell. And they mocked us. And now they're not mocking us. Right? So we got to put a little bit, okay, Brad Holmes, he ain't perfect. No GM's perfect, clearly. No one is perfect. But damn, he's done a really good job with this football team. He's done a sound job. Now, I think trades maybe has been, the lackluster part of his game. The Trinity Benson trade was booty cheeks. The Mims was, it was a give it a try. It was a win-win because if he doesn't make the team, you're not losing anything. If he does well, you're giving up late draft picks. So I'm not going to bust his cojones on that one. Trades, obviously, the Jared Goff trade was an amazing trade. What we got in there, we really beefed up this Lions football team. So I think he's done a good job. Lynn Moss, what's up? Welcome, Rick and Sauce Silent and Matt, Rebel Dragon, Brent, all in the building. So I think it was a good trade. We did the Riley Patterson trade. Now he's missed 2 field goals out of all the way till halfway through the season. That's not bad. Really. 2 out of the plenty that he's made. So, look, he's not the greatest kicker in the world, but he's solid. He's solid there. Question, do you know any of the juicy news players that the Lions front office tried to get? I don't know. I have zero news on that Grandizer about who they attempted to call. Zero. I have zero information. Now, the rumors were they liked Montez Sweat, but there's no way you're going to give up a first-round pick for Montez Sweat. Let me know in the comment section. Would you give up a first-round pick for Sweat? Because the Chicago gave up a second pick, and it's an early second-round pick. So you'd have to jump the early second-round pick, thus would be a Lions first-round pick. And no way in hell would I give up a first-round pick for Montez Sweat. No way. He's not worth a first-round pick. A late second, I would have done it. First-round pick, hell no. Hell no. Not doing it. I think a lot of people would say no there. Chase Young. I do think that the Lions should have took a chance on Chase Young. But what if they felt he was not a culture fit? What if he takes plays off and they didn't like it? And they're like, you know what? This is not a culture fit. let's not do that. Now, I think that you probably could have took a chance, but if they felt that, I defer to Brad Holmes. He's the general manager. I defer to Dan Campbell. He's our head coach. And these guys has done a fantastic job. Fantastic job. I still think we need, someone needs to bust out there. And I think another reason they didn't make a trade, whether it be for a depth cornerback, and this is strictly what my personal belief is I believe C.J. Gardner-Johnson or C.D. Deuce, whatever his new name is, will be back for the playoffs, maybe the last 2 games of the season. I think he's going to be back. I really do. It's a gut feeling that he'll be back, and so maybe their thinking is, why get a guy when we know C.J. Gardner-Johnson will be back for sure for the playoffs? And that's actually a good thing, because if you look at the teams that we face, not a lot of tough teams. So why trade for a corner when you know when we do got to face the good teams, i.e. the playoffs, CJ will be back. And same with James Houston. James Houston will be back. So if they're thinking pass rusher, we don't need to get it because James Houston will be back in December before the playoffs. So we'll have 2 of our guys who are impact players back for the playoffs in CD and James. So I can understand it from that perspective, and I'm kind of leaning towards that is the reality. That is the reality. That's what I think. And so the trade of getting a wide receiver, which I've told y'all that we needed to get, it was a backup. I didn't want to see him, there was no reason to really get a starter, but to get a backup, I felt like they needed to get it for depth-wise, because we're just one injury away from having a really good offense be kind of normal. And I don't want that to happen when you're facing the playoffs. I want the Lions to have a really good offense when we face the Falcons or whoever is going to be coming to Detroit. Or if we do win a playoff game, the Eagles, 49ers, Cowboys, Seahawks, whoever the hell it is. I think that the Detroit Lions would like to have those receivers there. That's my opinion. So you would have good at depth. You have your guys on defense that you like. That's my thought process for it. And I can't complain about that. What's up, Cy Gray in the building? What's up, my G? Salute to you as well. So I think that's the process. Now, I know we're disappointed, but I think we should give the benefit to the doubt to the Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. So I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt. I was completely wrong about Laporta. I didn't want the Lions to draft a tight end. But when we drafted him, I said, you know what? I'm going to give Brad Holmes the benefit of the doubt. Brad Holmes knows more than me because this guy is looking like one of the best. He's already one of the best tight ends in football as a rookie. Benefit of the doubt. They know their guys and their situation way more than I do. That's for damn sure. And I know they know a lot more than a lot of people, not just fans, but a lot of people in the NFL with the way they draft and the way they built this football team. I wanted Danielle Hunter as well, Steve M. I didn't think there's no way. You'd have to give up a first-round pick to get Danielle Hunter. I wasn't going to do that. I'm not going to give up a first-round pick for a 28 or 29-year-old. That's not happening. When you can take that draft pick and you can get a solid young player for the future of this football team, not doing it. I'm not. I would. The only first-round pick I'd be willing to give up was to be a part of a deal to get Patrick Surtain, in which they weren't giving him up because he's young and he's one of the best corners in the NFL. If they weren't giving up, I wouldn't have done it right there. That would be my thought process. But let me know in the comment section, would you guys given up a first-round pick for anybody else besides a Surtain or a Brian Burns who they weren't trading away? Those two weren't going to get traded away. No, there'd be no way I would have done it for a first-round pick for anybody else. I'm not doing it because I want this team to be solid for a long time. And if you're going to give up a first-round pick, you need to give up a player who's young. Right, Max. But they weren't giving him up. There's guys out there that you've been hearing about. They were not trading Max Crosby. They were not trading Patrick Surtain. And they were not trading Brian Burns. Those players were not going to get traded. You would have to give up multiple first-round picks for something like that. It was not going to happen. It wasn't going to happen. So the realistic trades, no, I wouldn't have given up a first-round pick for the realistic trades. Not going to do it. I can't even believe that the Chicago Bears would give up a high second-round pick, probably a top 35 pick for Montez Sweat, and then even re-sign the guy. For what? Your team sucks. You don't want to actually win some games this year. You want to get that quarterback or get that first pick in the draft. So I thought I got to tell you what, people praise Ryan Poles over there for Chicago. I think he's a terrible general manager. I think he's not smart at all. Last year, they traded for a wide receiver, second-round pick, who they released. This year, they traded for Montez Sweat, a top draft pick, who they may not even re-sign, who's 28 years old. And your team is not good. You need your draft picks. You need to keep your draft picks to be a good football team. That's what you need to do, like the Lions have done. In our year one of a rebuild, we all knew we were going to suck, but we needed to draft. In year two, we felt like it was going to be a 7-8 win. Now we got to 9 wins, but they built it the right way through the draft, taking the time. And then selected free agents, not going balls deep into expensive free agents, spending $100 million on a linebacker. I think he's done a terrible job. That's my personal opinion. It is. Free agent. Now, Brent Stack brings up a good name there. Ndamukong Suh. Now, my thing is when it comes to first off, I would like Suh. I'm just keeping that 100. I would add Suh. With that said, the problem is we have a lot of defensive tackles that are healthy scratches because our depth is so good. Broderick Martin, barely anything. Barely anything, and that was this past Sunday. Before that, nothing. I like Isaiah Buggs. He was a healthy scratch, man. We do got players on this defensive interior that I like that's not playing. And so that's the difficult part for a DT right now. Or an Ndamukong Suh who you can use him on a third down or something like that. But he's a little bit older, but he's still got talent. For sure he does. For sure. But that's the problem with defensive tackle and free agency right now. There's free agents out there, but are they an upgrade? I don't really think so. I don't think any free agent, wide receiver, edge rusher right now is an upgrade over what we got. So I think you're kind of screwed with free agency. I mean, there's always depth. If we lose a depth player, say we lose, I don't know, Levi Uzurike, and they want to get a depth player. Okay, there's always depth. But an immediate upgrade, I don't see any immediate upgrade in free agency. So you're going to have to roll with what we got and, practice squads type of thing and the development of our players. And we still got a player, too, I think, defensively, who I love the development of, and that could be another reason that to get a cornerback, is Stephen Gilmore. I love Stephen Gilmore. What I saw in preseason is what you want to see from a corner. He was with his wide receiver. He was turning his head around. He was knocking the football away, and he was getting interceptions. And it's how many times have we seen from corners that don't turn their head around? My personal belief is they should go ahead and yank Will Harris and put in Stephen Gilmore as a backup role. That's my personal opinion, but they could be banking on his development. Same with Chase Lucas. I still like Stephen Gilmore better. I think he has a higher ceiling, so if we do have injuries to corners, I would like to see him come in there. That's what I'd like to see. So, look, we got a really good team. We're 6-2. There's not a lot to complain about being a Lions fan. If you would have told Lions fans before this season start, myself included, that we'd be 6-2 into the bye week, I would have loved it. I would have said, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I would do that in a heartbeat. So, I think we're in a good spot. I think there's no reason to really get too upset. Now, folks, I will be making some draft videos here and there on Lions Nation Unite and this channel. It has nothing to do with the Lions playoff hopes or any of that. I just got to starting to bring it up because I like talking prospects. So don't think it has anything to do with not the Detroit Lions. Just to kind of get you guys familiar with some of the players that's coming out. And I just did a video on LNU, whereas my 3 position of need for the draft is interior offensive line, edge rusher, and cornerback. I think those are the 3 top needs right now. And I'll be doing some more videos, in the next couple of weeks. Obviously when the season's over, I'll definitely go crazy on it. But those are right now the identified as positions that we need. So I think the Detroit Lions are sitting pretty, and we got some money to work with this year and next year. Jared Goff extension. Okay, we're in the bye week. Should they extend Jared Goff this week? I would like to see him get extended for 3 more years. He's got 2 years left in his deal. I think give him 3 more years. That would give him till he's 34 years old in Detroit. I like what I've saw from Jared Goff. Is he perfect? Absolutely not. Is he top 10? Absolutely he is. He's commanded this offense, and he wins big games. So I'd like to see a contract extension. I don't know how much he's going to get. I'm going to assume it's more than Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is terrible. He definitely should get more than him, but the problem is I think they overpaid for him over there in New York. But I would like to see Jared Goff get extended for this football team. He is right now in his prime of his career. 29 years old. He's killing it. And we even seen Kirk Cousins, who's 35 before he got injured, really take, control of his football team. And you could see a situation where Jared Goff's like that for the next 4 years. And I agree on a 2-year deal, so that'd make it a 4-year extension because he's got 2 years left. So you want 2. I would like 3 to make it 5 with 1 year. You can always void a last year. That's how generally it works. But I would like to see a contract extension for sure. I think he's deserved it. He has won a lot of games. We're 14-3 for the last 17 games, something of that nature. And I remember when we traded for Jared Goff, and I love what Dan Campbell said, and I rewatched it last night. When we traded for Jared Goff, this is what Dan Campbell said, and I fully agree. Jared Goff is a winner. He wins, and he knows how to win. That's what he said. And I agree with that 110%. Sometimes you get quarterbacks that can't win. They may be really good, but for whatever reason, they're in prime time or in big games, they don't lose. Folks, he went to a Super Bowl. That means he can win, right? He went to a Super Bowl. And so I think for the Detroit Lions, they should extend him. I think they should extend him. That's my belief right here. What do you guys think in the comment section? Do you think I'm nuts? Do you think that Jared Goff should not be extended? Do you think that he should finish his time after his 2 years left in Detroit? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you. Hit that like button. Absolutely. Crap, we're at 80 likes. Let's get to 100 likes. We'll do an ultra combo. We're about to go to the mailbag segment where you guys run the show. It's my favorite part of all of it. I like to hear what everybody has to say. And let me find I can't see it right now, but let me get this thing up. There we go. Oh, I already got it up. So let me get this over here. Get ready for this mailbag segment. Let's see. The mailbag segment is sponsored by, and you already know I love Prize Picks. PrizePicks.com/CLNS, code CLNS. They'll match your deposit, match it to $100. And if you're looking to have more fun on game day, look no further than Prize Picks. I've been having a lot of fun on there. I won all of my matchups last week. Jared Goff got over, and I had that Jimmy Garoppolo got under, so I would have won $600. And it's really easy. You're not going against other people. You're simply just going against the Prize Picks projections. Folks, it's easy as a bug. So you got to check it out. It's prizepicks.com/CLNS, code CLNS. And you can win some money. It's better than going to a casino and a lottery ticket. And you know I like going to the casinos. Why? Because I'm always at the Soaring Eagle. I am. So let me get my mailbag segment up here for you guys right there. Let's get into your questions. As you know, put hashtag Lions, hashtag whatever in the comment section. You will get your question answered. If I miss it, folks, I missed it. I'm 38. I'm a DA, also known as a dumb A. Just repost it, and I'll get to it. Question, Mikey, any word on the status development of Broderick Martin? Slowly, he's playing. He's not injured or anything like that. It's slowly bringing him in. He had a couple this last game, and the development is a little bit slow. That's all I'm seeing from him. He did finally get some playing time, though, so that was really nice. But they're taking their time with him. Will Brad Holmes add some depth on defensive tackle or edge rushers in depth? In free agency, I personally don't believe so. And I know a lot of people would like to get bring Sue back. Like, I would like to bring Sue back. I don't think they're going to do that unless there is an injury, an unexpected injury that sends a player out for the year. Don't believe anything will happen then if there is no injuries like that. Must send Goff. The chemistry is too good. The team is responding to him as a leader. He may not have the much arm talent as others, but he is ours. Yeah, and he's distributing the football. I hear this idea, well, he doesn't have the strongest arm, and I agree. But, folks, we're a top 5 offense, and he's the quarterback. Do you care if we score 28 points in a game, right? And the reason we got 28 points, Dame, is because Jared Goff distributed the football to 10 different receivers, nice long sustained drives to get 28 points, or do you just want to see some 50-yard bombs to get 28 points? At the end of the day, you're getting your points. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't care if it's sexy or not. And I got to say, I love these long drives. And that's what's good about it. 10-minute drive in the fourth quarter when you got the lead. We're playing physical football, and it may not be the prettiest. It doesn't matter. We're winning, and it's working. I like it. When will David Montgomery return? Chargers game. I have him returning to the Chargers game. And same with all of the players that we've been missing. Jonah Jackson, Frank Ragnow, depending if they want to keep Grant Glasgow at right guard. They just may want to keep him there. Montgomery will be back. Lions will be healthy for the bye week. They'll be back for the bye week. It's awesome. It's going to be the healthiest we've been since week 1. About time. Let's see. Over here, winning jackpot at Eagles Landing and Standish. Bring the show up north. Hey, we've done that. Soaring Eagle Casino, Taylor. Soaring Eagle Casino. And we'll be up there again. I wonder if we'll be up there next week. I'm always there. Come on down and hang out. Let's see. What on tap your Lions buy? Yes. That's the schedule. And it's pretty. And like I said, I'm breaking down a playoff video. It'll come out tomorrow. It's going to go over all the teams, the Lions schedule, the odds, all of that. I think the reason Brad didn't make a move at the deadline is because the draft is in Detroit next year. Thoughts? No, I don't. That has nothing to do with it. I don't have. They could care less about that. Half of these guys that you draft, more than half, 75% of them don't even go on stage, folks. It's just usually the first round pick and maybe a second round pick. The rest of the guys, they're not at the draft or anything, so I don't think it has anything to do with that. If they could get better, if they felt like they'd get better, it would be regardless of where it's at. You notice this season, quarterbacks aren't throwing a bunch of touchdowns. It seems like it's a running game year for everyone. Well, look, it's a copycat league, and the Detroit, a lot of people is copying off Dan Campbell. Let's keep this 100. You're seeing teams go for more on fourth down. You're seeing a lot of running games, and the Lions are evenly running the football, run to pass. You see trends in the NFL where it goes like this, where it's the mobile quarterback. Okay, now it's a little bit more to the pocket passer. Okay, we're going to run the football, be more physical. No, we're going to be a pass-happy league. We're going to play hardcore defense. We've seen trends happen in the NFL because everybody kind of copies everybody. They've seen something that's successful, and they try to do it. And we're seeing it right now with Dan Campbell, where coaches are copying Dan Campbell, literally the same type of plays. It's the craziest thing, but it's puts a smile on your face that people in the NFL are copying what the Lions are doing. Like, what? That's something that you don't hear a whole lot. Question: who would the Lions pick up in the draft in 2024? Got to know where we're sitting at the draft right now. Don't really know where we're going to sit in the draft. I'm going to assume it's late in the draft. With the first pick, I truly do believe, depending who's there, we still got some college games to go, and then we got the NFL scouting combine, and then pro days. But what I feel like the Lions going to do with this first pick, it's going to be a guard, an edge, or a cornerback. I would probably go edge first, guard second, just depending who's there. That's my belief, and it also depends in free agency. What are the Lions going to do in free agency? And I will be doing a free agent video, 2024 free agencies, in a couple weeks, to kind of give you an idea who's going to be there. But you'd think it'd have to be interior and an edge rusher and a cornerback, because that's where I'm having some issues here. Do you think the Lions have a realistic chance to get the number 1 seed? Yeah, I do, Michael Huck. I 100% believe the Lions have a realistic shot. I'm doing the video right now. I'm doing all the graphics right now, right before we went live, and I'm going to continue it when I get off here. Seattle Seahawks got a tough schedule, really tough. 49ers got a really tough schedule. The Philadelphia Eagles got a really tough schedule. These guys are all facing each other. They're facing the Dallas Cowboys multiple times. The Detroit Lions got an easy schedule. Yeah, we got a realistic possibility. Right now I have the Detroit Lions have the second best odds for the number 1 pick. Obviously, Philadelphia being number 1. Seattle, even though they have the tiebreaker, their schedule is scary. It's going to be difficult for them. Okay, so I kind of think like they're going to be the number 3. Like, if they win their division, we don't know, right? San Francisco or Seattle. If Seattle was the division, they're going to be below the Lions. And that means the Lions would have more wins because they have the tiebreaker. I think we have the second best odds right now. We just got to root for Philadelphia to lose, and they got tough games coming up, so we need them to lose. But I still think Philadelphia is probably the best team in the NFC. They are really good. They're starting to get into their own. They started off a little bit rough, and now they're getting a little bit better. Mikey, your Lions record prediction after this week, how is yours 2023 record prediction changed? I had the Lions winning 11 wins this year. I think they can get to 12 to 13 wins. So it's going to change. I'm going to do a +1 or a +2. I think that's realistic at this point. I think I had the Lions at 5-3. They're 6-2. I think they can get to 12 to 13 wins. What do you say to people who say it's cupcake schedule and we're not that good? I want to say it's an easy schedule. It's the 5th easiest schedule, I think, right now in the NFL. So it's an easy schedule. It's any given Sunday. Let's keep it 100. It's any given Sunday, and especially if you're traveling. But it is the 5th easiest schedule in the NFL. We haven't played anybody good. That's the stupidest crap I've heard. And I hate when people say this. The media say this. The Lions haven't played anybody good. We played Kansas City Chiefs. We defeated them. They're Super Bowl champions. I think they're pretty damn good. Okay? Yeah, we lost to Seattle over a damn coin flip. I think Seattle's pretty good. Tampa was good when we were facing them. They're 3-1. We beat them at their house. This idea that we haven't played anybody good is dumb. It is moronic. Well, we didn't have Kelsey, and they didn't have the GT. Okay, so that means Kelsey's not good. Folks, we haven't had this past game, 3 starting offensive linemen, our starting running back. We've lost St. Brown in a game this year that we won. We've lost C.J. Gardner-Johnson for the season. Hell, we had Will Harris starting a couple weeks ago over Jerry Jacobs. So this idea, well, we haven't had players, and there's no excuses for us. If we lose a game and we don't have players, Lions fans are going to give us excuses. Nobody will. So guess what? Kansas City, if you lost your tight end and you lost your DT, maybe you should have done better with depth. That's not our problem. That's your problem. You got to build your depth. We lose a player in Detroit, another play comes up and supplements it. David Montgomery comes down, Jahmyr Gibbs comes in. St. Brown goes down. Guess what? We just traded for Donovan Peoples-Jones. So, I mean, you got to have depth. So that excuse is garbage. We got a super chat. Ultra Combo. The old mailman, $4.99. The Eagles had an easy schedule last year, and no one said anything. Shaking my head. We'll never get our due, and they will never give us our due, and I could care less. We got an easy schedule, the 5th easiest schedule. That's awesome. I love that. Okay? I just want to go through every rough team. Well, if you want to go through every rough team, you go ahead and do it. I want the easiest way to get there because the Lions have never won the NFC North. I do. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I want the easiest schedule. I love it, and I'm going to take advantage of it. Hey, We don't have this happen. Last time we won the division or a playoff game was 93. So guess what? 30 years ago, I'm going to take it the way I got it. And we have played a difficult team in Kansas City. We have played a difficult team in Seattle Seahawks. They're a good team. Yeah, we lost to them, but it was a close loss. So we've played tough teams. So Lions haters out there in the media and all that who says this, we don't care. We think you're stupid, okay? Stephen A. Smith, Lions are frauds. Stephen A. Smith, your hairline's a fraud, okay? You got rid of your partner because you didn't like him. You're a fraud. One day you say the Lions are Super Bowl champions. The next day you say they're frauds. Get your head out of your 2 points of contact. Stay consistent here. You can follow me on social media at Mike Kimber, at MicroMike. Real easy to do so. Facebook as well, Mike Kimber. Follow me on those guys. I put stuff on there. You just search my name. I'm on there. I definitely miss questions with a little bit of a rant there. 5 more likes to 100. Let's get an ultra combo, folks. 5 more likes to an ultra combo. 5 more. 5 more likes. Let's get that to 100 for sure. Easy doesn't mean gimme. 100%. You're right. Easy doesn't mean gimme. But if you're to tell me if the Lions had the 5th easiest schedule, the 5th hardest, I'm going to take the 5th easiest. It's no gimme. There's no gimmies in the NFL. Denver Broncos beat the Kansas City Chiefs. The Philadelphia Eagles have lost the game, right? The Dallas Cowboys lost to the Arizona Cardinals. It's going to happen. Hell, the Panthers just beat the Texans. So this is the National Football League. It's any given Sunday, but the easier, the better. I like it that way. Hashtag mailbag. Though Leonard Fornette isn't an upgrade, I think he could have been a valuable depth piece at running back and is a proven playoff performer. Cheap proven adds physically to our running back room. Thoughts? No, you're right. I think Leonard Fournette was probably waiting for a better opportunity. He would be the number 3/4 running back on our football team. Leonard Fournette and some of these guys that stayed out in free agency were probably waiting for a better opportunity to where maybe they'll be a featured back or RB2. So maybe the Lions did reach out to him, but there's a great chance that he said, you know what, I would like to be with another team. He went to the Buffalo Bills, but maybe he was sought out by the Baltimore Ravens, who lost J.K. Dobbins for the year. So I think it's more probably of the player than of the Lions trying to get him and what he would cost. Like for us, he'd be an RB3/4. I still like Craig Reynolds, and he wouldn't be paid. He would be paid more of an RB1/2. So I think that's more of the issue here. Okay, let's do this. I've been seeing this. Jared Goff is trash right now. I want to know what your trash definition is, because I've been seeing this for a long time, that the Jared Goff is trash. Okay, let me get this. Let me go up here and get this up here for you really quick. Let me get the stats up here, because I'm going to end this idea that he's trash. This is ridiculous. If you don't like him, if you think he's not great, that's one thing. But to say he's trash is ridiculous. Okay. Let's go through quarterbacks. Who would you take this quarterback over Jared Goff? Okay, this is the question right now. Would you take this quarterback over Jared Goff? We're going to start with Deshaun Watson. Right now, would you take Jared Goff over Deshaun Watson? Right now, I'm taking Jared Goff over Deshaun Watson. Okay? Right now, I am. Deshaun Watson ain't healthy. He likes massages, and he's not even performing well. Okay? I think everybody out there, well, majority would say Jared Goff over the number 32 ranked quarterback. Would you take Jared Goff over Daniel Jones? Absolutely, everybody's taking Jared Goff over Daniel Jones. Okay? That's the 31st. He's a trash quarterback. Ryan Tannehill, I'm taking Goff over Ryan Tannehill. Justin Fields, I'm taking Jared Goff over Justin Fields. Bryce Young, I'm taking Jared Goff right now over Bryce Young. We're not talking future. Jimmy Garoppolo, I'll take Jared Goff over Jimmy Garoppolo. Kenny Pickett, I'm taking Jared Goff over Kenny Pickett. Zach Wilson, I'm taking Jared Goff over Zach Wilson. Gardner Minshew, I'm taking Jared Goff over Gardner Minshew. Jordan Love, I'm taking Jordan Love over Gardner Minshew. Joshua Dobbs, I'm taking Jared Goff over Joshua Dobbs. I'm taking Goff over Baker Mayfield. I'm taking Goff over Russell Wilson. I'm taking Goff over Mac Jones. I'm taking Goff over Desmond Ridder. I'm taking Goff over Derek Carr right now. Brock Purdy's not performing well. Matthew Stafford's broken. Sam Howell. Those are some trash quarterbacks, folks. Now, if you want to say, I will take Tua over Goff, okay. Patrick Mahomes over Goff, okay. Josh Allen, okay. Jalen Hurts, okay. Trevor Lawrence, okay. Justin Herbert, okay. CJ Stroud, he's still, I would take Goff right now over CJ Stroud. Future, maybe a little bit different. Lamar Jackson, okay. Not much after that, folks. Maybe Joe Burrow. So you're looking at Jared Goff as a top 10 quarterback. So you're trying to say that if Jared Goff right now is a top 10 quarterback, so that means you would take all those other quarterbacks over Jared Goff? Come on! That's 3/4 of the league that he's better than. Yes, you're right, Sauce Drippa. I am comparing him to bums because that's 3/4 of the NFL. Like I said, would you take Tua over? Yeah, I'll take Tua over Goff. Patrick Mahomes? Yeah, I'll take Patrick Mahomes over Goff. Josh Allen? Yeah. Jalen Hurts? Yeah. Trevor Lawrence? Yeah. Justin Herbert? Yeah. Josh Allen? Yeah. So if you're not one of those guys, you're trash. That's pretty freaking ridiculous. It puts him in a top 10 league. So that means if you're not a top 10 quarterback, you're trash. That's stupid. That's ridiculous. To me, trash quarterbacks is those 20 that I mentioned to you. It's just dumb. It's idiotic. You can't get, if we could get a Patrick Mahomes, you don't think they would get a Patrick Mahomes? If you could get a Trevor Lawrence or one of these guys, of course they would. What are you going to do right now? We got a top 10 quarterback. What is your plan? If you say Jared Goff is trash, what is your plan to upgrade? Those guys that I mentioned that I'd take over him, they're not getting traded, okay? They're not going to get traded. So, what are you going to do with the pick, a late first-round pick, to get a quarterback that you like? Are you going to go from, I don't know, pick 28 to 1 and give up 5 first-round picks for Caleb Williams? Are you going to give 3 first-round picks and Jared Goff for Drake May? It's not stressing me out here. It's ridiculous. You say that he's trash, but I literally just named you 20-some quarterbacks that are worse than him. If you don't like him, if you think he's not the quarterback of the future, okay. But to say he's trash, that's ridiculous. If you want another quarterback over him, great. It's just dumb. Those quarterbacks would play better under Goff's system. No, they wouldn't. You're telling me right now, you would take Daniel Jones, Ryan Tannehill, Justin Fields, Bryce Young, Jimmy Garoppolo, Kenny Pickett, Zach Wilson, Gardner Minshew, Jordan Love, Joshua Dobbs, Baker Mayfield, Russell Wilson, Mac Jones, Desmond Ridder, maybe you say Geno Smith. They would do good, but they would do better than Jared Goff in this system? Are you crazy? Now, if you want to say maybe that Dak Prescott, I think Jared Goff's better than Dak Prescott, but there's an argument there that you could say maybe he's better, right? You could definitely say that Joe Burrow would be better, Trevor Lawrence would be better, 100%. Lamar Jackson would be better. Josh Allen for sure. Those quarterbacks, no doubt. Patrick Mahomes, Tua. But these other ones? No, they're not. They're not better. Goff, Glazers. No, Goff, Glazers, you're saying he's trash. If you want to say he's mid, okay. I have no problem. I'm not going to argue with that. But trash? Trash is Zach Wilson. Trash is Ryan Tannehill and Daniel Jones. Those are some trash quarterbacks. Jordan Love is trash. Okay? They're not going anywhere. Those are trash quarterbacks, man. We going to have Tyson Bagent as your quarterback? You want P.J. Walker as your quarterback? It's just dumb. Dumb. There's cases to be made that there's better quarterbacks out there. Yeah, there's cases to be made. 100%. You ain't going to get Tua. You ain't going to get Patrick Mahomes. You're not going to trade for Josh Allen. You're not going to trade for Jalen Hurts. You're not going to trade for Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert, C.J. Stroud, Lamar Jackson. And Geno Smith is older. Now, he is playing well. I got to give him credit. But would you take I think he's 5 years older than Jared Goff? Over Jared Goff right now? No, I wouldn't do that because you're getting older at quarterback. And maybe he's a little more talented, but you are getting older at quarterback. It's a long-term strategy. So that's the way I see it. It's just craziness out there. So if trash is ridiculous. You want to say there's other quarterbacks better? 100%. Now, look, he says Tua is not better than Jared Goff. I can absolutely make an argument that Tua is better than Jared Goff. Then you can make an argument that Jared Goff is better than Tua. But you can't just... Tua right now is in an MVP race. So, I mean, he's playing really well. So Goff wasn't just dog. He's had 2 bad seasons. One in LA and year 1 with the Detroit Lions. Look at the numbers, dude. Like, what? You're hating on him. You're calling him garbage. But he's not garbage. The last 2 years, he's been great. Is there a problem? What has Jared Goff done that makes him trash? I haven't seen anything to make him trash. I haven't seen Zach Wilson out of him. I don't see no Joshua Dobbs out of him. I don't see that. Mitch Trubisky. Yeah, he's actually starting right now. Yeah, hey, maybe Sauce wants Mitch Trubisky as quarterback. Hell, there is some free agent quarterbacks that he would want to get. You know, there are some free agents out there. You know, we can somehow get... Who's the OC from the Chargers, former Lions quarterback? You know, we can bring him in. Make him quarterback. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm coming. Give me a break on this stuff, man. Ben Johnson was with the Lions last year, 100%. Goff is a coward? You know how many hits he takes delivering these footballs? He's nothing of a coward. The guy the guy's tough. He's Matthew Stafford as to taking hits. The dude takes hits all the time and gets up. Holy moly. Nobody showed up against the Ravens. 0 people showed up. Goff included. No one showed up. Jahmyr Gibbs had somewhat of a good game at the end of the game, but the offensive line sucked. The running game pretty much sucked. The wide receivers sucked. The tight ends sucked. Laporta dropped. The defensive line, linebackers, secondary all sucked. The coaches sucked. It was a terrible game. If you just blame Jared Goff for that game, I think it's absolutely clueless. Yeah, Dr. Detroit, I love this take. Love this take by Dr. Detroit. And I tell you what, Dr. Detroit is not a Goff lover at all. I know this. I've been talking with this guy for years. You may not love Goff, and just like Dr. Detroit doesn't, but he's serviceable right now. Yeah, 100%. I would upgrade any position. If you can get a quarterback that's better than Jared Goff, I'm the first one to tell you go get it. If you can get a wide receiver that's better than the one we have, offensive lineman, any position, I will get it. I am no Goff lover nor hater. If you can upgrade any position, quarterback included, I'm down for it. Who talked about Hendon Hooker for 6 damn straight months? Who talked about getting Hendon Hooker would be a great player to draft and have him behind Jared Goff and to develop. I've been talking about this dude for 6 months, 7 months now, 8 months, ever since the season ended last year. And the Lions got this dude, and I'm happy about it. It's not spinning me up, Silent. I've seen a ton of people, him not included, that it just keeps saying Jared Goff is trash. And this trend is taking place, that Jared Goff is trash. You may not like him like Dr. Detroit, but saying he's trash is literally ridiculous. You may not like him. You may not think he's great, but he's not trash. Okay, you could say I don't like him. I prefer a different quarterback. Okay, cool. You know, like, I'm not going to, that's not an argument right there. That's your preference. That's it. I personally like mobile quarterbacks. That is something I like. I like the dual threat mobile quarterbacks. Not saying they have to run every play, but they extend the play. But guess what? There's no one that we can get right now that's an upgrade over Jared Goff. Sorry, it's not happening. He's top 10 right now, and I'm happy with it. Trust me, I know what trash quarterbacks are. You go over the quarterbacks that we've had throughout the Lions' tenure, there's been some trash ones. Y'all want some Dante Culpepper? You want some Joey Harrington? Jeff Driscoll was a starter. We had, you could name 50 quarterbacks. I could tell you some trash quarterbacks out there that's been at Detroit Lions. Okay, Sauce, tell me right now. Okay, Sauce and you. Who would you take? What are you going to do to upgrade this quarterback position right now? Sauce, tell me right now. What are you going to do to upgrade it? What are you going to do to upgrade I want your plan. I want you to be Sauce Holmes. How are you going to upgrade the quarterback position right now? What are you going to do? Are you going to go ahead and put Teddy Bridgewater in? Is that an upgrade? Are you going to go ahead and put Hendon Hooker in, who's a rookie right now? No. You know, where's your answer? If you're general manager right now, what you're going to do? Say there's no answer for you. Because unless you want to put Teddy Bridgewater in or Hendon Hooker in, that's a joke. I love Hendon Hooker. I don't want a rookie starting for my football team that's heading to the playoffs. I like Teddy Bridgewater as a backup. He's not better than Jared Goff. You talk about this up-and-coming draft. You're like, you know what? We need to go draft a quarterback if this is your solution after this season. What are you going to give up to get a top quarterback? We're not picking in the top 5. Now, if we're a top 10 pick, okay, maybe a couple first-round picks, you want to go up there and get the guy. We're going to be picking late in the draft. So what is your plan right now to jump up in the draft to upgrade at quarterback? Give up 5 first-round picks? Because if you do, you just destroyed your franchise. And I don't care who the quarterback is. You just destroyed your franchise. I mean, you destroyed it completely. Okay, so you're not going to be able to do that. Now, if you're thinking, you know what, maybe in 2 years I want to do it. And maybe we should somehow stock draft picks. It's not guaranteed that we're going to be a good draft pick in 2 years. I think this team is good. We're going to be in the playoffs for multiple years. Okay, this team is built for a long time. So, again, you would have to trade way up in a draft in multiple years. You have to give up multiple first-round picks to do such a thing. So that doesn't seem viable. After this season, you're like, you know what, maybe we should make a trade for Kyler Murray. Would you like Kyler Murray to be our quarterback? Well, I love him. I actually really like Kyler Murray as a mobile quarterback. I do. The problem with him is his head's not in the right place right now. Okay, he plays video games more than he does quarterbacking. He gets injured. So I do like the talent. He just doesn't seem like a Dan Campbell type of guy, does he? A guy who plays video games more than playing quarterback. Doesn't seem like Dan Campbell type guy. You say, you know what? Let's get Kirk Cousins, coming off an Achilles injury, and he'll be 35 coming off an Achilles injury. Now I like Kirk Cousins. He lives 5 or 6 miles now from my house. I moved a little bit out of Holland, but it's right next to it. I love Kirk Cousins. I'm not going to take a quarterback who's older, who just got off an Achilles, over Jared Goff. I'm not going to do it. So right now, there's not much of a way you can do it. So you got to stick with what you have. If you can legitimately, Sauce or anybody else that hates Jared Goff, come up with a way to acquire a quarterback that is an upgrade over Jared Goff, like a Josh Allen or something like that, I would absolutely say, you know what? If it's possible, I'd do it, but it's not possible, and everybody knows it's not possible. Hendon Hooker. Hooker will be the quarterback out of the draft. Sauce, I like Hendon Hooker. If you watch my content, I absolutely love it. There's absolutely no guarantee that his ceiling is, or he's going to be better than Jared Goff. It's no guarantee. We have him on the team. Now, if he develops into a better quarterback than Jared Goff, guess what? We got a quarterback, right? He's already on the team. And right now, though, Ben Johnson and Dan Campbell don't believe he's better. There you go. So that's the solution. He's already on the team. If you extend Jared Goff and Hendon Hooker ends up being better than him, you don't think they would still play Hendon Hooker? Absolutely they would. They're going to play the best player available. That's what this team does, except for Will Harris for whatever reason. They love to play him. There you go. That's my thought. I love Hendon Hooker. Yeah, he does look promising, not developed yet. 100% agree. 100% agree. I like Hendon Hooker. I jumped on the bandwagon. Let's get to this $4.99 super chat. These guys are complaining when we are about to win the North convincingly for the first time, and the team has been so bad for their lives. I'm an older Lions fan. I'm 38, and I know there's a lot of you in here that are 50s and 60s, way older than me, who has seen a lot of miserable football. Yet, this year, we get more complaining about this team, and this is the best season that I can remember. It's better than 2024, and it's better than 2011 season. Before that, you're looking towards Herman Moore and Barry Sanders. I was 6 years old. Yet we complain more this year, the second best record in the NFL, than we do in years past where we suck balls. It is weird. It's weird. It is a weird thing. Goff is another Trent Dilfer. I think he's better than Trent Dilfer. I wasn't a big fan of Trent Dilfer. Trent Dilfer, I think he's a better Trent Dilfer. But, look, if you can get a better quarterback, I'm all for upgrades. I'm never going to complain about an upgrade. Yes, it is a simply false narrative. It is. He's not trash. You may not like him. He's not the greatest. He's not the number one quarterback in the NFL. No, he's not. There's definitely quarterbacks I'd take over him. But say he's trash. It's like, come on, man. I could name you 20 quarterbacks that are worse than him. So that would be a lot of trash quarterbacks. I don't know. I think Hooker's better than Love. Jordan Love, he holds onto the ball really long. And that is what's wrong with Jordan Love and why he's been bad for the Packers. Is this dude is holding on to the ball really long. And you can't do that in this league. You got to get rid of the football quick. That's what Justin Fields' problem is. He holds on to the ball way too long. You got to be able to get rid of that football quick. I think that Hendon Hooker can get rid of the football quick. He's shown that in college. He's very smart quarterback. And he's mobile. He's very smart. He's not a guy that's going to hold on to it for 9 seconds to wait to get sacked. Jordan Love, and I don't think you can keep. This is fourth year. Everyone says like this is year one. No, it's his fourth year. And if he haven't figured out in 4 years to get rid of the ball after 5 seconds, then it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. It's just Packers gonna have to get another quarterback. You can't hold on to the ball that long. If Jared Goff hold on to the ball that long, I'd be freaking up in an uproar. Okay, that's when you get sacked 24/7. I don't want to get sacked 24/7. Let's see. Let me see. I see a question. Did it pop up here though? Not Goff lover nor hater. Been supporting this team since 2007, but Jared Goff is top 10, maybe 7. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not a lover or hater. When we traded for the guy, I said everyone just garbaged on him, and I say he's not that bad. He's not the greatest. He's not that bad. If you want a different one, I'm not going to argue with it. I get it. Like, but to say he's trash, like, is just it's off. If you say, like, is mid. If Sauce came out or anybody else has said Goff is mid, there's an argument to be made, right? There is an argument to be made. I think he's top 10, but there's an argument to be made there. Dang, I just missed a question. I can't find it. I can't pull it up, but I'm going to go ahead and find it here. What is your thoughts on how Riley Patterson has done this season, and should we move on from him at the end of the season? He's done okay, Slap Shark. I think the Lions should look to get a better kicker. We need to get somebody that can kick a longer distance. And there's a million ways you can get kickers. You can get them in the draft and free agency. They're all over the place. Definitely, I think you should look to get better than Riley Patterson. I do. Right? But he's what we have right now. And I really don't know if there's an upgrade out there. You know, he's only missed 2 field goals. He doesn't have the biggest leg in the world. He's kind of like a Bajent, right? Like the Money Badger. We're talking about the Money Badger last year. He's kind of like that, where you could get worse, you could get better. He's a mid kicker. So yeah, I'm always looking to upgrade the roster right there, and I think you can upgrade it. Well, I mean, look at the 49ers. They drafted their kicker, who everybody wanted the Lions to draft in the 3rd round, and he's missing crucial kicks. Jake Moody over there. So, it just, Nate Freeze. You all remember that one. Yeah, we got over 100 likes. Let's get that. Ultra Combo! Shout out to you guys. Ultra Combo there. 100 likes. Over 100 likes. That gets that Ultra Combo there. Look, I'm not hating on. I appreciate everybody's contribution in commenting. I just got to, if something is completely outrageous, I got to point it out. I don't think it's trolls. I think they did. I really don't think. I think like Baby Sauce is a Lions fan. I think some of these guys are Lions fans. They just don't like Jared Goff. It's not looking at it at an objective perspective. Like, I think that's more what it is. It's like, look at the NFL, the rest of the starting quarterbacks, and then look at the Lions. And if you look at it that way, you're like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. He's not as bad as what he's being told. He's mid trash. Well, if you want to say mid in there, if you think mid quarterback like a 15 or a 16 is trash, I mean, that's on you. I'm sure there's multiple teams that would like to get better there. It's really quite difficult for sure. Goff's ceiling is significantly lower than the league quarterbacks. Hey, if you want to say that, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to argue with that. I think that's a statement that's like you can put an argument in there for sure. What is your thoughts about a 4 backup lineman that played against the Raiders? Man, look, we got a great coach for the offensive line because we are beat up, tore up from the floor up with injuries in the offensive line. You got Sorsdale, Dan Skipper coming in there, Graham Glasgow doing a good job. It's just insane. It really is. And thankfully he doesn't want to become a head coach because Frank, he's really good. But, you know, shout out to Sorsdale coming in, helping the Lions out. Dan Skipper helping the Lions out. Like, you have to have depth. You know, that's the importance of this game. You know, when you have depth, you're going to have injuries. We've seen it. And that's why people say it's an asterisk that we beat Kansas City. Well, maybe they should have better depth, right? You pay all this money to your quarterback, and now you can't put the rest of the money around your football team. That's a you problem. That's not a Lions problem. You got to go ahead and draft these players, these you know, you get a guy in the 4th or 5th round, like a Sorsdale. Okay, you got to find these guys. That's your fault. I'm sorry, it's not our fault. Oh, you lost your number 1 tight end. Well, maybe you should have found a tight end in the draft that could do a good job. We did. His name's Sam Laporta. His name is Sam Laporta. I'm soft now. I'm getting told I'm soft. Okay, I'm soft. All right, man. I'm definitely soft. I got some. The soft for being on YouTube for 5 years now, putting my opinion out there to get crapped on all the time. To go on a radio, on ESPN, to give you my thoughts. I'm soft. Very soft. Being in the Army for 8 years, purposely joining infantry after they take the tanks out of Michigan when I could have been sitting back doing a UAV in an office. Instead, I wanted to be outside the wire in the shit as an infantry soldier kicking in doors. It's pretty soft. 6 surgeries. Pretty soft. Come on, man. Soft is I don't. Oh my God. Getting shot at, blown up, soft. Okay. I'll show you. I'm pretty damn soft. I put my image out here where there's an immense amount of people that know about me. Who knows? There could be a guy who instantly hates me. I could walk outside tomorrow and they come and kick you in the face, right? But I'm doing it. I put my name out there. Pretty soft. Soft. Yeah, it is the bye. Thank God it is the bye week. 100% the bye week. Ben Johnson is very conservative this year, which is the reason Lions are not scoring as much. This is interesting because I think we're having a little bit, especially like this past game where I felt like they were overthinking it. Like a jet sweep at the 10-yard line. Like, dude, just run the football. Like, I think sometimes they overthink it. Ben Johnson does. He's a really great OC. But I think sometimes he overthinks it a little bit. I don't know if it's more conservative, just overthinking. I'm soft. Because I'm soft because I think Jared Goff's not trash. That's soft. Yeah. That's soft. If you don't like my opinion, you're soft. Oh my God. I think somebody that gets butthurt and angry because I don't believe Jared Goff is trash is soft. I don't know. That's kind of thing. Let's see here. How come you don't do pregame collabs with opposing teams, content creators any longer? I could with Chat Sports. It's more of a schedule conflict. It has nothing to do with anything else. I'm doing this stuff at 1 p.m., so a lot of people are working at this time. I could do a video with them, but then I have to schedule around their time. And look, like with Chat Sports, they're live all day, and so it would probably have to be on a Saturday. And when you, as a content creator who does the games, during the seasons, it's 6 days a week, and the only day you get off is on a Saturday. Like on Saturday, I don't do anything. I'll watch college football, eat some pizza, and take a nap. I prefer not to do anything on YouTube on a Saturday. Anything. Because you only get 1 day away from it. And so that's more of it. It's more of a schedule conflict than anything else. And that's generally speaking of other content creators, if you don't see them doing collabs. Like you see, was it Matt Derry? He does the Thursday with the opposing team. That is what Locked On Sports does. All of their announcers and their content creators, that's their thing that they do. So that's part of the Locked On podcast, is they'll do that on Thursday. And so all their paid speakers and announcers, they come together on that day and do that. So that's part of their job. If I were to do that, it's not part of my job. It's outside of my job. And so that's why. But look, if I can do something before a 1 p.m. or during the time that I'm doing my work, because I like to get up early and do this stuff. So I'm like I would say like a 7 to 3 type of guy, 7 to 4. That's when I do it. So that's what I got going on. So, but if I could get it outside, I will. And that's what I do with LNU is I'll send out a link. and we have a group of like 10 or 11 people. I send the link out, say anybody just come on in. And that gives an opportunity to do it with other content creators. So it's not that I don't want to, it's more of scheduling conflict. I think it has a lot to do with everybody. So if you don't see a lot of collabs, at least in the Lions community, that's probably what it is. It's not the fact that, oh, I hate this guy. Like, I love Motor City Sports Talk. Dosa Dion's my guy. I like all those guys. Like, we actually, most of these guys, we got a thread where we BS to in Twitter. So we talk quite a bit. I got Everything King, all those guys. We're always talking, but it's just more of scheduling. Like King, I think he works quite a bit of second shift, from what I remember. When Herbert more, it's working as well. So it's all schedules. It has nothing to do with anything else. So, like, if you don't see it, it's not because we hate each other or anything like that. It's just schedules. Let's see. Just ignore. No, it's not. I don't think these guys are trolls. I think they're Lions fans. They have a very strong opinion. And if I think it's out of the realm of just being completely unbiased, I'm going to go and call the unbiased out. If it's in that realm, I'm not going to. Like you say, like, Goff's mid. I'm not going to argue with that. Like, if that's your thought, you should probably say he's the worst quarterback in the NFL. That's just ridiculous, right? It's just ridiculous. That's what I should name. I changed it to just being my name, Mike Kimber, because I never thought in a million years I'd be on ESPN Radio. I had to go to my normal name, but it's crazy. It's crazy. Again, if you do check out the huge show, it's 3 to 6. Awesome show. ESPN Radio locally in all the state of Michigan. You just got to check out what affiliate. I'm on there once a week talking Detroit Lions football. So make sure you guys check it out. And generally speaking, I post it on my social media, on my Twitter or on my Facebook. So if you want to know the exact times that I'll be live talking, because it's live talking, it's not recorded. He calls me up and then I do it. But he'll tell me the exact time that it's going to be live. I will put it on there like 3:25 p.m. I'll be live on the huge show. Check out your local affiliates on the radio, or you can go online and just do the huge show live. And just like you do like a 97 ticket, same thing. He says, Mike, you didn't actually read the pass soft, and you're going on. I said just like the opposing and supporting take. My take is soft. It's normal. When we traded for Jared Goff, 99% of the people out there flipped out and said we got the worst quarterback in NFL history. I went on a ledge, and I said I don't think that. I think he's a mid-quarterback. I think he'd be all right. I took a lot of crap for that. I'm not a Goff lover, not a Goff hater. And now he's doing better than even what I thought. So, why aren't the soft takes happening to the people that said Jared Goff was a mouth breather? Where's the people flooding their comment section? You said this guy was the worst quarterback in NFL history. It's not looking like it right now. I am still waiting on. Oh, well, look, these. I don't look. It's too late. Be better than never. Yeah. Well, look, it's bye week too. It's not like we got a game on Sunday, so it's really good. It's bye week. So enjoy it. All these haters and trolls. And we know what I'm really happy about is the deadline. Trade deadline's over. I got tired of talking about the damn trade deadline, the quote-unquote rumors videos that you got to do, because every freaking website. I'm so happy that it's over. It is less thing that you got to worry about. I'm happy. Pants while you live stream and ask for your cell number. That was crazy. Keep related 2 years ago, they would ask if you were wearing pants while you were live streaming and ask for your cell number. For sure. Early to bed to rise, man, healthy-wise. Well, folks, I appreciate everybody hanging out. I didn't even realize I went over 20 minutes than I normally do. It's bye week, so I'm a lot more refreshed. I got to say this right now. I'm a lot more refreshed than I have been since week 1. I needed this bye week. I think you all need this bye week. We need this bye week. It is nice to just relax for a little bit. Tonight is Thursday Night Football. Enjoy Thursday Night Football. Okay, let's have some fun there. Enjoy your Friday. Have a great weekend. Great weekend. Just relax. Hang out with the family. Watch some games. Oh, I'm being soft on trolls. Sorry. Well, sorry, dude, if I tore you up. I was not meaning to. I tore. I don't think I'm being soft on trolls. Because I don't think they're trolls. Trolls is what I see when I go on like if I do a Lions versus something watch party. There's trolls on there where it's just, say it's that fan base and they're just like it's an Eagles fan saying Lions are trash, Lions are trash, Lions are trash. That's more of a troll. If it's a Lions fan that's saying, well, I think Jared Goff is trash, I don't really necessarily think they're a troll. I think they're a Lions fan, right? They actually support the team. That's something that to do. And there you go. Hey, the huge show right there. That's one of the interviews. It's every week. Trolls on the live stream, look, if you're a troll in here, I'm not even going to talk back and forth to you. I'll just go ahead and remove you. That's why I didn't remove the saw. I don't think he's a troll. I think he's a legit Lions fan. But if you're a troll and you're just being a jerk, I'm not even going to respond. I'll just block you. I got like 1,000 people blocked. So I will go back and forth with people if I think it's a dumb take. Or if I think it's a great take, I'll go back and forth. Like Dr. Detroit did a great take earlier. How he's not a fan of Jared Goff, but he's who he got, and he's doing decent. That's a great take. I like it. I mean, I'll definitely talk. I think it's right. Sauce, I'm Mike, and I'm hard. Well, look, dude, I'm Mike, and look, if you like guys, Sauce, if you're a dude that likes guys, hey, do your thing. I got a girlfriend. I'll stay with her. I'm glad that, hey, man, if you're hard for Mike, that's cool. That's cool. I've had people say they're in love with me and stuff, and dudes. So, hey, look, man, it's cool. I appreciate that if you're that way, but I got a girlfriend. Sorry about that, dog. Sorry. I'm sorry about that, dog. No problem, though, but, hey, appreciate everyone. Appreciate everyone. I care less what way you go. I don't care. I don't care like that. Legitimately, it doesn't mean anything to me. I'm, Lisa, awesome. Love Lisa. I don't care. So, but I appreciate the love that you're sending me. Just a little bit awkward. The hard thing, a little bit awkward, but I appreciate it. Do appreciate it. Let's see. Great show, Hard. I'm not that way right now, my guy. I'm not that way right now. I think my girlfriend would get pretty upset at me if I was that way. But do appreciate everybody. Have a great weekend. And I'll drop a video tomorrow. Maybe a video on Saturday as well. And I'm going to chill on Sunday, and then we're back. Monday, we're going to get back in the grind. Lions and Chargers on the road there. Big game. With that said, folks, adios.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring. My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be